Hey, besties! It's Becky here with Bestie Becky's Crafts, and I think it's been forever and a day since I've made a video tutorial, and I finally am getting around to it today. And I've come up with kind of a fun tutorial. It's not a new idea, it's an old idea, but I've been into making Memorydex cards, and I wanted to see if I could make this idea work for a Memorydex card. Because a Memorydex card is only so big. It's as big as 4 inches by 4 inches. And sometimes you can't get everything you want on the card. And I was watching Pinterest and YouTube videos, and I came across the idea for the triple tier slider card. And some people call it a cake card, I think. And it's really kind of neat because you pull on this tab on the top and it slides out like a cake. So you have 3 surfaces to decorate. Now these 2 surfaces, it needs to be very flat, but this one you can decorate how you normally would for a Memorydex card. And then it just slides right back in. Isn't that cool? So this is what we're going to make today, and it looks difficult, but it's really not. So hopefully I can get through it with you. Now, you can make it with just white cardstock like this, and then cover it with your designer paper and mat it and do your stamping and whatever, or you can make it out of designer paper, and that is what I'm going to do today. Just because of the size, and you don't have a whole lot of room, and so I just like might be kind of nicer that way. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is you're going to cut your pieces of paper, and you're going to need 3 pieces. You're going to need a large piece, a medium piece, and then a small piece. And I just picked 3 coordinating papers, and these papers are from this paper pack. It's called Happy Fall. I know I got it last year. It's by Craftsmith. Not sure where I got it from, but it's really cute. It's got a lot of really cute papers in it. So cute that I hate to use them, but that's what I used. So let's go ahead and we'll do our largest paper first, and you're going to cut a size that is 4 inches by 11 5/8. So you will need to use 12 by 12 cardstock. And again, it was 4 inches by 11 5/8. Alright, and then your middle piece is 2 5/8 by 10 1/4, and again that was 2 5/8 by 10 1/4, and then our little piece here is 2 1/2 by 3. Alright, so pretty simple so far. And now let's do some scoring. So let me get my scoreboard here. Alright, make sure that you can see it here. Alright, so we're going to score at 2 different spots. We're going to score at 3 7/8. So 3 7/8. And actually, that's the only score we're going to do, because we're just going to fold. So there's 3 7/8. Get my scoreboard out of the way here. I'm going to go ahead and fold on that line, like so. Just bone folder. And now I'm just going to take this other side, and I'm going to go ahead and just fold it into where it meets that score line we just made, like so. Easy, right? Ta-da! Alright, so let's go ahead and finish working on our bottom piece here a little bit. We need to do the punches at the bottom. So, different ways you can do this. If you have the actual punch, you could just punch. If you want to use your hole punch and do it that way, you can do it that way. But I got a die from our good friend Alice. Alina Craft is the company, and it comes with all these different dies. It comes with the bottom punch part and then the top pieces. So I wanted to use my new little punch here, or I'm sorry, die. So what I did was pretty easy. Oh, let me get my center ruler. I love my center ruler. It's one of my things that I just have to have. And I'm going to start in the center here and find, should be about 2 inches on each side. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark it. Alright, so here's my center. Slide it up a little bit. Can you see that? And then I'm going to put my die down. Now before I get all set here, I'm going to go ahead and get my tape ready. And this is just Post-it note tape that you can get at like your office supply store. Walmart might carry it. It comes in a little dispenser like this. Almost out. I'm going to have to get me some more. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and line up my die at the bottom and then make sure that it lines up in the center here. I know, real fun, huh, to watch? But I'm kind of one of those people that likes it perfect, you know. I'm going to line my die up with the bottom, like so. And then I'm going to put my tape on it to hold it in place, just like so. And you can see it lines up right at the bottom there, and yes, it does go into the other sides, but that's okay. And now I'm going to run it through my Big Cake, and I use my Big Cake a lot, so this thing is kind of a mess. So hopefully it doesn't shake everything too much. And usually don't do it this way. Okay. So there's one cut. Piece out of the way. I need some new cutting plates. These haven't broken yet. Not yet. They will. Just do it. They only last so long, especially when you use them like every day. And then I'm just cutting this little extra piece off because it's just going to get in my way. Alright, so we've got our little cut there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it over. Go, oh, this is amazing. I'm going to put my die in that spot that we just cut, okay? And I don't know if you can see on the die, let me see if I can get down here. Okay. It kind of gives you a center point, like right there. Do you see that? Oh, you're going to just think I'm so brilliant after this. Alright, so let's zoom back out. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to line the die up at the bottom and line those center marks up. Like so. Put my tape down. And run it through my Big Cake again. Real exciting, right? As long as I don't make y'all sick. Okay. I should have one of those electric ones. That'd be cool. Yeah. I'd be surprised if I have one arm bigger than the other. Because you're always crank with the same arm. Alright, now my post-it tape. You can use the post-it tape on stamped images, anything it's not going to pull or tear. Alright. And there I have second spot. And look how it lines up so nice. And then I'm going to do the same thing again on this side. Just going to put the die in those holes. Mark the centers. Open it up. Real exciting, right? But, you know, you gotta figure out ways to use your supplies the best way that you can. And if you don't have, you know, the punch or something, you gotta figure out some way to accomplish what you need to. So this works. I've ordered, oh, move the camera. I've ordered the punch, but who knows when it'll get here. Probably tomorrow, right? That's usually how it works. Okay. So, that's it for my Big Cake. And my die. Alrighty. Let's see again how it lines up. Some. Alright, now we're going to put this off to the side and we're going to get our medium-sized piece. And with our medium-sized piece, we are going to score at 3 3/8. See that? So at 3 3/8. And that's it for our scoreboard. We're going to fold it over just like we did our bigger piece. Our bone folder. Fold the other side in to meet that score line. Fold it down. And there we go. Okay? So that's the second one. And we don't have to do anything to our top piece. So let's go back to our bigger piece. And we're going to do some cutting. Alright. So open it up so your side that you want on the front is laying down, and you're going to take your cutter and you're going to line up the edge at the 1-inch mark on the opposite side of your cutting blade. Okay, so it lines up over here at the 1-inch mark. Alright, now you are going to start at a 1/2 inch down and cut to 3 inches. So I'm going to have to stand up because I can't see very well. So there, it's at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to push it down and I'm going to cut to 3 inches. You know how your scoring blade has the marks on the side of where the blade is, and that's where you're cutting. Alright? So we've got one cut. Now we're going to use this folded line, and we are going to come in 1 inch from the side again. And on mine it has all these little squares that show you where the 1/4 inches are and the inch. So that helps me a lot. So I've got it lined up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut at a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to line my blade up at a 1/2 inch, push down, and cut to 3 inches. Alright? See? Not so hard. Alright, and then while we have this piece, we're going to put tape on the opposite side. Just your adhesive tearaway tape. And I'm just using a 1/4 inch. You could use liquid glue if you wanted to. Whatever you have, whatever you feel comfortable with. But that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to leave it there, just like that. Okay, now let's do our medium-sized piece. We're going to do some cutting on this one. And let me double check my measurements here. Oh, here's my cutting board. Okay, so we are going to line up again at that 1 inch edge. So the cut line at the 1 inch edge, past our cutting blade. Right, see that? So there's my 1 inch mark past my blade. I'll line it up there, and I'm going to start cutting at a 1/4 inch to 2.5 inches. So again, standing up because I've got old eyes. So there's my 1/4 inch. Push it down to 2 inches. I'm sorry, to 2 inches. Okay, so that was a 1/4 inch to 2 inches. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the folded line over to an inch, which again I'm just going to use the little squares here on my, and it doesn't have to be perfect because nobody will see it. It'll all be inside. So there's my 1/4 inch down to 2 inches. Alright, and then go ahead and lift that up, and enough with my cutting board. We do the same thing. We are going to put tearaway tape on the other side, like so. Alright, so now I have cut 2 pieces, and these will be inside. You won't see them. They could be cut out of any color or whatever you want. I just happened to cut it out of the same color paper I had, little extras, you know, whatever works best for you. But they're just 1/2 inch wide by 3 1/4 inch long, but you really don't need them that long, so I'll probably end up cutting them. But this is what you do. You'll need 2 of them. Alright, so it's a 1/2 inch by 3 1/4 inch. And what you do is you thread it through your slit that you just cut. Did you see that? Super fast. Alright, I just thread it through that slit, those slits that I just cut. Alright. Now I'm going to turn it over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fold over one side, and then I'm going to fold over the other side. And I'm going to do it loosely because you don't want it too tight, so it will slide. Let me do this other side again. There we go. Because you want it to be able to slide easily. Alright, and you don't need to tape it, you don't need to do anything on this side because it'll be all in the card and no one will see it. Okay? So then what you do is you take the small piece, alright, and you're going to glue it and center it. Oops. With the 2, what size is it? 2 1/2 inch side this way and 3 inches this way, because you're going to fold it all up. Yep. So I need to do it this way, because you're going to fold it all up like so, and this is going to be what pulls out. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to put some tape, tearaway tape, on here. Make sure you don't get the slits you made. And I cut my nails off, so hopefully I can pull these off. Alright, and now you're gonna, okay, you're gonna push this down, make sure it's down, and you're gonna leave just a tiny little bit at the top, tiny little, like 1/8 of an inch at the top, and then you're gonna center it in between your fold. See that? In between your fold and the edge. Okay? And then just leaving that little tiny bit at the top. And just push it down. Now you could put another piece on the back side of this to cover it up, but you don't need to. But you can if you want to. And then, oh, I did put it on the wrong side. I had it right the first time, didn't I? Nobody will see. Okay. Just gonna do it again. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna take the tape off the other side. You didn't see what I just did. There we go. Okay. And you're just gonna fold it over. And you're gonna want your cut edge on your back side. Okay, so there you go. So you just pull it up. Now, so my person knows to pull that out. I need to make a tag. And I just cut a circle. I don't even know what size circle it is, 1 3/8 or something. just whatever you have. I'm going to fold it in half. Like so. Use my bone folder so we get a nice crease. And then I'm going to put glue. You could use tape glue if you wanted. You could use wet glue. Like I am. And you're going to center it. And just leave a little bit sticking up. Alrighty, so there's our top tier and our middle tier. So we do the same thing with our bottom tier. So here's our slits, and here's the piece that I cut. I'm going to slide it in where I cut my slits. And I'm just going to kind of center it. And I'm going to fold it loosely. Usually just kind of put my fingernail there. Right. Flip it over. Put some tape on. Being careful not to get it on the slits. And tear it off. First I want to make sure I put my thing on the right way. Terrible if I didn't. Okay. Sometimes you gotta check, but I'm not gonna go all the way down, as you can see, because I gotta keep this area open. So that's why it's cut the size that it's cut. And my slits don't go down too far, so if this should happen to go down too far, it won't get in the way of my punches. Okay? And on this one, you're going to line up with the top. So I need to move this up a little bit. I'm going to line it up with the top just a little bit more. And center it. And then, you know, I did it again, didn't I? I did. Oh. And I even double checked, and I still did it wrong. Oh my goodness. See, if you do it with white paper, you don't have to worry about it. Oh my goodness. So, fold the side down. An easy way to remember. It's been a while since I've made one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, well, that one came off easy. Right. There we go. Okay, so we pull it out, and there we have our triple tier memory index card. Isn't that cute? I think that's cute. So let's decorate the front. So what I did was, when you decorate the front, make sure that you don't go down too far to cover up your punches. So I cut a mat out of the same paper pad just to fit the front, and I used a stamp. I used this stamp from My Favorite Things, and I colored her with Copic markers, my favorite, and then I stamped out some leaves with this Recollection stamp or punch. It's a 1-inch leaf, and again just from the same paper pad, and then just glued them on randomly. And then I added some jewels, or bling, what are they called? They're rhinestone stickers from Recollections, and they were in the fall colors, which I love. These colors, they're so pretty. And let's go ahead and glue this on. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. And center her. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the other two. And for these two, I did some stamped images of sayings, and I embossed them so they'd stand out more. So I did this one: I'm so thankful to have a friend like you, again from the same stamp set. And like I said, whatever you do on these, you want them kind of flat so that it slides. Ooh, I'm gluing left-handed. Not too bad. Alright, I'm going to turn it over here so I can center it. Like so. And then I stamped and embossed the word grateful, and that comes from this stamp set from My Favorite Things. Jumping with Joy is what this one's called. And there's the grateful. This one was called Thankful Friend. So, again, shall we see if I can glue left-handed? Wow. So talented. I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to center it. Some extra glue popped out there. And then I have some extra leaves I thought I would just kind of, you know, put up here for fun. And use my way too much glue. Guess that's what happens when you use your left hand, huh? And then this one, and because they're flat, and then I cut a bigger leaf, or punched I should say, a bigger leaf. It's a McGill. I don't know brand. I guess McGill. I got this at a garage sale, so I don't know where it comes from. I'm going to use my right hand this time. Alright, and I think I'm going to use these. And there we go. Boy, I'm a little glue happy today. I just filled up my glue bottle. So, I'm not used to it coming out so much, so fast. Okay. And next time I'd put green up there, cover the back. But, you know, you learn with each one that you make. But anyway, there we go. Isn't she cute? So, here's my Memorydex card, my triple tier slider Memorydex card. I hope my swap partner likes it. I think she will. And it could also, in the leaf, write made by for that too. So, like I said, next time I think I'd cover the back with green just to kind of finish it off. But totally up to you. There we go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it wasn't too hard. If you have any questions, let me know, leave them below, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and keep crafting, everyone. See you later. Bye.